Do you ever get the masculine urge to obsess over masculinity and being masculine? It's kind of like being cool. The harder you try to act cool, the cooler you will be, right?
False.
Yeah, I don't think that that's how that works either. I've noticed that in recent years, the masculinity supplement industry has been booming, selling lost boys their manhood like it's a product that can be bought and sold. And unfortunately, the idea of masculinity that is being sold has a heavy emphasis on mask. They are putting the mask in masculinity, like it's cosplay for men.
Shoulders back, chest high, feet apart, head up, and strut. 2, 3, break it down. 1, 2, 3, and work it.
And I'm not surprised that this has become such a massive movement amongst men. I think most men grew up feeling like they are impotent and powerless in a difficult and unforgiving, dangerous world. Like they never had a father or a man to show them the way.
This is the way.
To teach them how to fix a car or to hunt or to tie a tie. Like they are too short or too broke or too weak. Like they don't measure up to what the world says a man should be. Like the man in the mirror is nothing like the heroes in the stories and movies and video games. And I am no exception to this feeling of wanting to feel like a real man, whatever that means. I grew up homeschooled right up until grade 11. I moved around a lot. My dad worked a lot. I loved piano and reading and writing and art. I drew this when I was 11 years old.
Correction, I was 8.
I was a very quiet and shy kid. I think that my saving grace was that I was attractive and I ended up also being a rather talented athlete. But still, it's like I couldn't help but begin to associate masculinity with punching men in the face and getting bitches. And just like so many other guys, I turned to the dark side and began to adopt such a persona after a toxic, abusive relationship and a painful breakup with an unfaithful girl who would constantly tell me about how her ex was a drug dealer and how he could knock me out so easily. And that's just the tip of that iceberg, but that's another story for another time. But the pain from that time in my life is what pushed me over the edge. I started off taking some boxing classes and getting more into the gym, which were all really good things for me. But I was also drinking heavily and smoking heavily, and I started looking at women in a very negative light. I started juggling a few at a time. I was trying so hard to be that guy. I was him. I was James Bond. But in reality, it did nothing except lead me down a path toward addiction and toxic relationships. I could never let anyone close enough to me to see behind my mask. I put so much undue pressure on myself to play this charade, this character on the outside to hide my vulnerabilities. That's what the ego does. It's like an airbag or like a puffer fish. It overinflates itself to protect itself. Now, I've always had a bit more access to women than the average guy, so I had the opportunity to fumble my way to building confidence and competence through experience in a way that most guys don't have the opportunity to. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I see a lot of guys who are desperately trying to buy masculinity and put it on like it's body paint, hitting the gym, taking PEDs, starting drop shipping and looks maxing, consuming all the masculinity content on YouTube, trying so hard to embody a high status man, to become the alpha of all alphas, to be ripped and rich and rare. And almost all of it is based in reacting to women. Whether it's wanting to get with women or some sort of declaration of independence against modern women, women are still the north of the compass. But both camps of men, no matter how masculine and stoic they try to sell themselves as, still crumble and fold and struggle with performance anxiety and say weird stuff and send dick pics or get too clingy too quickly when they do get a chance to interact with a woman.
Stop it. Get some help.
To be honest, it is unsurprising to see masculinity becoming commercialized and turned into a product that can be sold. I think that there is a deep need amongst men today that is being exploited. And I don't think that it's all totally 100% predatory and malicious. I think that there are plenty of creators and coaches who really do have their heart in the right place and do want to help men. There is a deep desire within every man for adventure and to create impact, to be strong, to be the hero, to be like James Bond.
Think of a man like James Bond. Obviously he's like a fictional character, but you think of James Bond. He's a very mysterious man. Maybe he'll hook up with a girl, maybe he'll date a woman. And they don't really know what he's doing the next day. They wake up and he's just off to work. Like, they don't even see him. They wake up and they know he's at work, but they don't really know what he's doing. That's attractive. That's so attractive. Why? Because now they're like a woman. When you are mysterious, like James Bond, for example, she's sat at home thinking of all the possibilities that he could be doing right now. Whoa, he could be fighting like Russian agents. He could be invading like this country or this, or he could be like looking for this murderer or something. Wow, so excited.
So let's get this straight. According to Hamza, after intimacy with a woman, disappear in the morning because that will make her think that you're off fighting the Russian mafia. In my opinion, that is nothing more than a play for power by trying to make sure that she is the most insecure one in the relationship. So if you can say and do things to keep her feeling insecure, you can maintain leverage because the person with the least security is the most likely to hang on the tightest. So as long as you can keep your woman more insecure than you are in your manhood, you're golden. I hope you guys realize that this is abusive behavior and it only works on wounded, insecure people in the first place. A woman who is secure in herself, who is self-sufficient, who would make a good partner, who wants a healthy, lasting relationship would not stand for a man who disappears in the mornings after sex and tries to be all cryptic and mysterious about his comings and goings. It's like, bro, stop pretending you're a drug dealer. It's weird. I just don't fully understand how people can listen to so many of these so-called coaches like Miles Cunningham, who walks around the city and in almost every conversation he has with a random woman, he starts posturing for his male audience and talking about how she needs to submit to him.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a mission-driven, caring husband.
So you're looking for somebody to submit to?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you said mission. And the word submission is right in there,
That's
right?
True. They have a mission for their life.
Exactly,
that's
community. What it is. And if you see the vision of that mission, you're willing to submit, yes?
Oh, 100%.
Exactly.
What about you, though? What's up
She's
with your
different than me.
I'm a lawyer, so I don't submit.
Oh shit! Okay.
I would love to challenge. I would love to challenge because I would show you every reason why you should. I would show you every single.
She's like.
So when you gonna show me the front of you? wait.
Don't get hit by the car.
See, I'm already saving your life. Look at that. I'm already showing my value. You need to submit now.
That is some of the most insecure, cringy garbage. And the only reason certain guys will eat it up is because at least he has the confidence or the audacity to go talk to girls. I wear my sunglasses at night. Men at the bottom of the totem pole will look up to anyone who seems a little bit higher on it. Like the guys who still think Wes Watson is the icon of masculinity he touts himself to be, even after his cute little emotional public meltdown on Fresh and Fit.
Shave your goddamn arms.
See, you can't,
pull your fucking shirt off. If those are men to you guys,
God
go fucking kill
God
yourself.
forbid you say watches are not important to this guy.
Guys, do not make the mistake of chasing masculinity like it's a pill that is going to fix all of your problems and make you suddenly irresistible to women and feared by all men. Think about the men who are truly masculine and confident. They are not trying to be those things. They just are. Take care of your body. Take care of your finances. Take care of your friends. Take care of your family. Serve and protect. Do things that you are afraid of. Do things that build your character. Do things that serve a purpose greater than yourself. lean into sacrifice and responsibility, help other people, seek purpose and meaning and connection, have the courage to take off your mask so others can do the same. You may or not believe it, but I found I grew the most in my idea of masculinity through poetry. Not through driving a nice car, getting women, or tattoos, but through having the courage to stand in front of a group of people and share my heart and my ideas. I've also grown a lot since starting jiu-jitsu, as it was something that I was so afraid to fail at that I avoided it for a decade, even though I always wanted to try it. Facing that fear of failure and engaging in community and humility has caused growth within me. Personally, I don't think that going to the gym ever truly made me more confident and more masculine relationally. The gym has always been a safe place for me. Even when I'm pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, the gym itself is my comfort zone. Yes, having a fit body changes the way that others treat you and sets you up to be a better role model for physical health, but I've found far more internal growth and purpose when I became a personal trainer for a couple of years, when I started using my skills to help others, because that is what a man does. Masculinity is about standing for what you believe in. It is about self-sacrifice. It is about responsibility. It is about facing your fears. It is about using your gifts to take care of others and plant seeds for the future. It is about commanding respect, which means you first must respect yourself. A boy takes from the kingdom to serve himself. A man builds himself to serve his kingdom.